Guys, what up? Welcome back, Gambler in the House. By the title, episode 3 of the Atlas experiment. It is not good, boys, and we're going to explain why. I'm going to try to keep a nice little theme to these. So I've got my notepad here. I'll save this template, and then I'll use it over and over again. So the first part of this is going to be what day it is. So I think it's politics. Yeah, overview. So you guys cannot see, but it's day 9, hour 9. And you guys can see, EGB, my crew, has been kicking ass. We knew that they were going to kick ass. That's just how it kind of goes. We got some really, really good players have been playing a long time. Shout out to JTech and Booty and the rest of the crew. Doing a good job. I have been completely AFK besides dropping probes just because I work. And I cannot play this game full time until I have the time to play. So, balance, boys, balance. Being able to play this game. Get your sleep. Take care of real life stuff first, and then play your games. So, server day we said that it's day 9. Possibly day 10 because I got started late. 10 days into the server. Last time, the other episode 2 stopped abruptly, and I did not make a part 2 to it, so it's going to be kind of weird seeing this third one and me not addressing that. So I never got to making the second part of it just because of waiting for another phone call. That's my apologies, but let's get into this. So once again, the server, you guys can see last time. I'll update this and I'll go through my list. So last time you guys saw, we had been jumping a fob. This is a few days later, and you guys can see a lot of stations are missing from the other team that's mid. When you start getting into being able to sabotaging things, getting vision, and overwhelming an enemy by warping fobs that have a lot of stuff, sabotage, bombers, hammers, clearing, all that good stuff before capitals unlock, can overwhelm people just by being able to blow up a few stations here and there, and then they realize you're next. So we've had some people self-destruct. You can see this guy, he's going to self-destruct in 34 minutes. A lot of these, this best spot in the game is going to be blown up, and they are leaving. And it's funny because guess where they're landing? They are landing right next to me. So it's great. So you guys can see out here in Draco, they are relocating out here, which is going to be funny because we can just operate from our stations, my stations, and Grub's stations, and kind of finish them off a little bit. But so I'll update mine. So my economy has been in shambles up to this point. We will kind of go down. So my starter, a little update. So last time I was doing nothing with my starter. You're supposed to be doing stuff with your starter at day 1. And it's taking me about day 8, day 9, day 10 to finally start raiding from this. So I've started raiding from my starter, and you guys can see starting to hit all the level 1 marauders around me. Nobody else is doing this stuff. Most of these level 1 marauders have been full. So I finally got 520, 320, and I got a bunch of more Corvettes I'm making here. So I'm going to make about 1,000 Corvettes on my starter and just raid. And raid. So I'm finally able to start. You can see this. Look at we're on day 10 and my starter is only 472 influence. That's terrible. This should be maxed. Okay? It's just because I wasn't able to play and I was doing nothing for raiding or flaring from this location. So that's kind of my first starter. And so this is what I was focusing on. So you guys can see this is my work shed station, and you can see the passive resources down here. We got 7,200 gas, 5,500 metal, and 6K crystal, which is great. We're starting to accumulate all three: a lot of metal, a lot of crystal, and then on my my mining colony station is off and running too. So we have finally gotten the mining colony colonization building level 4 up. We actually have Prospect Inc. here now, and you guys can see this numbers: 4,400 gas, 4,200 metal, 3,600 crystal. and the passive resources are at the bottom. You guys can see this build without seeing these four. We've got Transgalactic, Zerachi, RG, Prospect Inc. This building, so State Notorieties is your unique building for one of the unique buildings you can make. And what I want to do here is just make, this is making lights, so it's making scouts. So I want to get pilots here, just making my scout production even faster. And actually, so I'm going to go back to my first station, my work shed. So I just finished Robwell. Why did we get Robwell here? Well, I'm going to be making, this is a 7-point HSA here, but even with this much resources and having my mining colony really close, the fourth station, or we took ice, but I'm really not going to go over ice besides just knowing I took labor, is going to be this station. So I got Robwell so I can stream to my fifth station. So this station is going to have it has my capital ship assembly here. So like I said, I'm addressing my economy. I'm extremely far behind. Every single person in my alliance right now already has their capital ship assembly to level 5. They've got Mick already leveled up. I am extremely far behind. I've already gotten yelled at. JTech, apologize, buddy. I know. This is what happens when you don't think you're going to play and your shit's in shambles. So we're trying to fix our economy. So it's Saturday, so my plan is to get this to level 5, start getting Mick leveled up, and then we're going to be able to start making our capitals. So once again, with level 3 5-point capital ship assembly and Mick to level 3, we're making carriers in 35 minutes. That number will go down a lot as soon as we can get our CSA to level 5 and our Mick to level 10. So that's kind of the update here, boys and girls, which is we've literally just hit 120 here, and we took some moons like I showed you. This 5-point, this large moon right here, and the medium moon here, which is a 5 points. Capital ship assemblies here. Mick is for your capitals and your heavies. Speeds up the production, and you want a level 5 here. So that's kind of the update, my update, Atlas. So Atlas update, what am I working? So economy is almost fixed. We just need our capital ship assembly, and we are off and running. We can go to logistics here, boys, and you can see these stations. Okay, you see all of them? I just can't see the names. You guys can see here just what our production is. Okay, so we've got our labor kind of fixed, and all the different stations that we have right now. Okay, so 5 stations right now. Day 10. That's not good. I should have 6, possibly 7 stations right now if I actually was able to play. So the Atlas plan. So you guys can see this. Pinning where your scan fleets are is huge. That's what I do. So the only thing I've been really doing and focusing on is getting vision for my team. So all I do is come out here. I get vision. I want to light everything up. Oh, that's the other thing. So hold on. So we're going to go to our labor real quick for you Atlas players. Okay. So we got the combo. We got the scan combo. You guys can't see it, but we got Romberg on this thing. So Romberg, like I was telling you, is supplied. So it gets 50% buff to speed on your scouts and recons from this location. So this is my labor building. You guys can see this. It has 10,000 labor here. I'm feeding all of my recons and scouts right now from this location, and we have implant clinic. So with this combo and with a gate and some cards on your ships, you're gonna hit 70 speed with scans. So you can see this. Okay, so we'll go back to my pin. This you can see this. Look at the scout fleet. It's flying. This thing is flying. 18 minutes to go from here all the way out here. It's going 70 speed. Okay, so what's this one called? This is called California Love. Okay, go to logistics. We'll go to our fleets. We'll go to our scouts. Where's California? Right there. It's moving at 69.5 speed. Okay, see that? Extremely valuable. Okay, and on top of it, we're still running a ton of. So this is the other update. So we're, like I said, as the plan for Atlas is vision, it's also going to be it's a very utility and helpful with sabotage. So right now I'm sitting on like 4 stacks of scouts and 2 stacks of recons, so we can help sabotage too. The focus of Atlas is not to necessarily sabotage. Their focus is dropping probes and getting vision and moving around the map extremely fast. So for instance, remember I told you guys that a team is relocating. You can see this. I've already dropped probes all over the place. Dropped a ton of probes. You can see this. It does not take us very long to go from my capital to where these guys are relocating and start getting a ton of vision out here. You guys can see this. Now, all these stations that don't necessarily have very much vision or have no vision, like this station has no vision, I can come out here and I can scan this in an hour and a half. You guys can see how far that is. Okay? So that's going from here all the way out here in an hour and a half. That's extremely fast. It's 70 speed. Okay? That's the other thing I want you guys to understand and be aware of. So not only was I far behind on my eco, far behind on my shipbuilding and my production and all that shit, and my experience, but on mission running too. So I am been trying to catch up and at least get some cards. So look at this. Look at our map right now. We have a ton. Let's count the 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 level 5 missions waiting for us. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. That might be it. 5 level 4s. So we have like 10 or possibly 11 level 4 and level 5 missions that we can be running. Extremely valuable. Okay? So when you guys get the chance to, if you can get lucky and you can get your own this card. So I want to show this to you guys. Okay? I want this card. So go to missions. And you go to show all cards. You guys want this card. I've showed this several times, but this is an extremely important card to have. If I had to give you advice, okay, for you guys that are playing this game competitively, invest in this card as soon as you get enough firepower and scan strength, raw scan strength, no cards, to do level 4s and level 5 missions. You'll either get extremely lucky and already have this card or make this card. As soon as you're able to make this card, and you guys can see my map, being able to run level 4 and level 5 missions, you're going to get a lot more of these cards. Okay, you're going to do all 11 of those. You're going to get those caches, especially the gold ones, and it might give you one. It's going to give you one, possibly 2 gold cards per, and it will give you another one of these. And then you can see this last 3 days. So as soon as you get your first card, now you got 6 days. As soon as you get the next one, you get 9 cards. You get the idea. You're not going to be running missions for more than 6, 7, 8, 9 days. Eventually, you're gonna get enough cards built up to not have to run missions anymore, and then you're gonna start fighting and running and doing sabotage with them. So this is extreme. This is the only card I would say that you would want to craft. Okay, it's the only thing. I mean, it's a lot. You can see it's 518 with the modifier, the blueprint modifier. Still, that's a lot of credits to blow on a hourly card, but that's the only one I recommend. It's going to give you the reduction for mission running. If you are going to blow credits on that, you want to make sure that you have at least you use one of these. If you're going to be running a lot of missions for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, Obeyance or I'm not saying do both, but I would say do at least one of these, or you can do Keep the Vigil. So +2 station scan radius, and it will give you mission requirement 10% minus mission requirements. So this card, Keep the Vigil, Obeyance, the Guan, the Search and Rescue, and where's she at? Oh no. And dude, what? Dude, no. Timeout. No. I didn't even make. Did I not make? We didn't even, oh no. Look at that. We don't even have, oh my goodness. This is why, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Extremely messed up here. So, tier 1 organization, Solum. I don't even have Solum. What am I doing? So anyways, we don't have Solum, but this is the other one you'd want. Mission requirements by 10%, and it gives you 1 escort from this location. You guys can see terrible, terrible, terrible planning on my part. I don't even have. I might even get. Oh, that's Helios. Okay, so terrible, terrible planning on my part. But you guys get the idea. You guys need Solum on your mission running station. I'm probably not going to tear off Helios because I need it for running a lot of flares from here. But if you're going to be running a lot of missions like I plan to, and you should plan to, get your level 4 and level 5 and all your gold cards for 5, 6, 7, 8 days, you need Solum for sure. So, like I said, terrible planning on my part. So I'm going to go, we went over a little bit of sabotaging, but you guys can see here in the mid, so team fighting stuff. Let's see if there's anything in the air. Not really. Looks like the team might have went to bed. Or they're repositioning. You got to jump here in 14 hours. So that's a big window. But you guys can see this. This one's sabotaged. So someone came here with a huge sabotage fleet and sabotaged the station. You know, 1.5 million sabotage. And it shuts the station off, which means industrials can't fly around and move outposts. And when you sabotage as TN, it reduces station HP. And it does other stuff. Let's go up here real quick. So when you have a T and Chow that does a sabotage, station sabotage reduces building HP by 20%. Station sabotage has a 50% chance to destroy station rune cards. So any hourly card that's on a station that a T and Chow sabotages the entire station, it can break your hourly cards. Okay, so pay attention to that stuff. Station sabotage. And look at that. It's the character cards. That's what I said. So both hourly cards, the character cards and the rune cards, have a 50% chance to get broke. So be aware of that. Okay, if you're getting your station sabotage, you're in a world of hurt, especially for your hourly cards on that station. So these cards. So any of these cards that you have on here will get tore off. Okay. Let's see what we said. Sabotaging. So yeah, so I have, let's see. So let's look in here real quick. You guys can see this. So I have like enough. I have 4 stacks. These are not mine, but these are 4 stacks of scouts and 2 stacks of recons. I have some of this. So that's probably, it might get me to 700, 800, maybe 900,000 firepower. Not enough to sabotage a station. But definitely, if I had all my ships in one of these fobs, I could be sabotaging outposts, stargates, trying to go after other players, scouts, and all that stuff. So sabotaging is a huge part of this game, where you want to shut off stargates like this one shut off. You want to be shutting off heavy ship assemblies like this one, which is really, really rough because now they cannot make heavies from here on the 7-point moon, which is extremely valuable. And then, let's see what's so that's T and Chow. So like I said, my own gameplay, my focus plan is going to be building up my stack and doing the same thing. But right now I'm just running missions, and I'm kind of I'm going to be like gatekeeper for a while from here. So my focus out here is going to be lighting up these stations. They're pretty much dead already, and then kind of refocusing on our next targets, which ST is on the map and NK is really far away from us, but I can still scan from mid out here to what is it? What station? This is Vulpecula. So we can start scanning all these stations out here and just seeing what they're doing, and then tracking their fobs. So that's kind of the plan, my plan for my own gameplay, which is vision and just building up my sabotage stack. The team plan, so like I said, the team's going to come out here and we're going to squash this, and then we can refocus, and maybe, we're going to be warp out a fob out here, and then maybe we warp and come in here and start taking out our next target. So we'll start getting vision on all these stations, and then start warping fobs on these, or landing some stations out here and moving up so we can actually attack from locations that have campaign directorate and movement buffs. Not just fighting from fobs is terrible. You really do want the support of stations in the area, because you can only fit so many fleets on them. You need to sabotage, you need to bomb, and you need to fight. So fobs don't do all those things. There's not enough fleet slots inside of fobs. So you guys can see this once again. That my focus. You can see how huge. Look at our vision mid. It's massive, massive, massive. These 2 pins I have. That's where my scanners are. So you guys can see this. I can double click on this. I can find my fleet and just keep dropping vision on what I want to drop vision on. So maybe we do this. See what this guy's up to. For movements, deployments, running missions, player activity, all that stuff, good stuff is what we're looking for. And then overview. So last part through kind of overview this. So what I'm working on Atlas, trying to get my eco finished, get my capital ship assembly level 5, getting MIC up. Then I'm off and running. I don't give a shit about anything else. I'm just going to focus on keeping my capital ship assembly station full of metal and making carriers. Maybe later stage of the game I can get on a 6 or a 7. I can make a new station on better moons and move my CSA. You guys don't understand how valuable it is to move things. Just because your capital ship assembly is locked on a 5 right now does not mean you cannot coordinate and move it to a better location. Right now I'm on a 5. Maybe in a week from now, next weekend, I change it to a 7. Okay. So with that said, you new players, get into this stuff. Start asking some questions. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. These are not going to come out for a long time, but appreciate you guys. Leave me a like, leave me some support, ask questions, ping me on the official Starborne Discord, or join my own Discord, Gambler's Corner, in the description, guys. And above me, once again, it will be posted episode 4 of my Busted series. Go check that out, and you guys can see once again how extremely busted some of these stations can be for resources, for capitals, for production, and just being a better player. Peace out, guys. Take care.